$60,000 salary floor for some Pitt faculty. We think that that floor should be for all Pitt faculty. And I brought with me today 2 faculty members who would be excluded from that floor so that they can tell you a little bit about the work that they do and why a $60,000 salary floor would be so important to them. Alex, you want to go first?
Sure. So I'm speaking but on behalf of my colleagues at Falk, and there's not just 2 of us being excluded here, 20 odd of our 60+ faculty. And first we do the good work that good teachers do everywhere. We're planning and delivering instruction to students. We're giving feedback to them and their families. We're working on making the classroom environment welcoming to every single student, getting to know them as individual learners so we can deliver the best instruction. And at the K through 8 level, we're thinking, not just about their academic skills, but their social and emotional development, making them the best citizens and neighbors and friends that they can be. And that's never been as challenging as it has been since the pandemic. We were some of the first workers in the university to go back in person instructing, because we recognized how important it was and how much they were suffering from the purely online learning. We get a lot of freedom in our curriculum at Falk. We're charged with creating authentic, inquiry-based instruction, focusing on real-world problems, having students get engaged with solutions. And I see all my colleagues doing great work in that department every single day, and the kids loving it. That takes a lot of work and effort on our part. I see my colleagues going above and beyond every day for a small school like us to provide things like chorus and band concerts, clubs, overnight field trips, musicals. People are stepping up above and beyond their contracted duties all the time just to deliver those important experiences to our students. And our mission as a demonstration laboratory school, we also mentor students from the School of Education, people getting their degrees in education, and that's a very rewarding part of the job and is its own set of mentorship skills. We are, almost daily meeting and workshopping and giving feedback and conferencing with those graduate students. We have to seek out most of our own professional development hours that we need to keep our certificates valid in Pennsylvania, compared to a lot of public schools that provide much more of that in their own programming. We're serving on additional committees, thinking about, very deeply about our school's mission and purpose and how we deliver everything from our advisory program to food services to being on search committees for new faculty. And I know I overlooked things that many of you all do every day, and I'm sorry about that.
Add something?
Sure, Greg.
Yeah, and also the idea that we've taught chancellors' kids, provosts' kids, that we are a draw for the university to recruit researchers, professionals, and scholars from around the world. We fill the classroom with them. We are a perk for the university. We've been a perk for the university since 1931. The work that we do there is second to none. And the people recognizing at the university, I've had personal calls when I was in these places of leadership from chancellors, from provosts, asking me to get seats for people in there because they got top researchers coming in that they want to recruit here with young kids. We've been doing it forever.
My next point better. Many Pitt faculty members' children, some of them here today, and they'll tell you positive things about their students' experiences at Falk. And we're tasked with all that meaningful work. We're some of the lowest paid faculty in the university. Pitt's administration seems to want to keep it that way. On top of everything we do, many of our teachers are working second jobs just to make ends meet. I talked to someone who wanted to be here today and couldn't miss out on the 2 hours of tutoring and provide for his family. You've been saying for years, the university has been, that you want to make our salaries more comparable to salaries in the region. We all have master's degrees to work at Falk, and yet we are making people with 2-3 decades of experience less than the lowest rungs of Pittsburgh Public's salary in many cases.
Shameful.
Our school's charter that was made in 1931 with Pitt said that Pitt would, quote, establish and maintain a progressive experimental and demonstration elementary school. And we think that part of maintaining a school is paying our faculty and the teachers that staff it fairly. We go above and beyond for our students and our faculties. So we deserve that $60,000 floor as well.
Thank you, Alex. Alana, do you want to say a little bit about what you do as an instructor?
Sure. So thank you for talking with us. I'm going to share a little of what I do in addition to the teaching responsibilities as an instructor. And this is pretty par for the course of what most of us do in addition to our main roles. I've been a full-time instructor since 2016, and I'm the Quechua Language Program Coordinator and the sole instructor for all 6 levels of Quechua at Pitt. Quechua is one of the most commonly spoken indigenous languages in South America. As such, I'm responsible for designing and maintaining the Quechua language program in addition to teaching all of the classes. Further, I teach an English medium course on global Quechua and linguistics courses such as Introduction to Linguistics, Cross-Cultural Communication, and Languages of the World. I've also taught in both Bolivia and Ecuador as study abroad faculty, including serving as the director of Pitt in Bolivia, a summer study abroad program in 2015 to 2018. I frequently am a guest lecturer in other departments and for student organizations, and I do substantial outreach and community engagement with the Quechua students. I participate in job searches for other language faculty, advise on Fulbright committees, serve as a member of undergraduate thesis committees, help in the coordination of national conferences, and serve on grant funding committees. Since 2019, I've been a co-director of the Quechua Innovation and Teaching Initiative, an international collaborative project of language teaching, activism, and advocacy housed at the University of Illinois. We are developing a multi-dialectal open access Quechua language textbook and are actively engaged in scholarship of teaching and learning through conference presentations, publications, and hosting international events. I recently secured funding to continue the work from my dissertation, and I'm eager to return to research that I do in Quechua mobility. More recently, I've completed the training necessary to become a member of the Survivors Support Network at Pitt, and I will be able to support people on our campus who have survived sexual misconduct. As is evident, I do more than teach the courses required for my position. However, there is very little room for growth in either pay or type of position that I hold. I first came to Pitt in 2004 as a graduate student and have spent all but 2 years since then as a student and faculty. I have completed an MA, an MPH, and a PhD, all here. Both my work as a graduate student and later as faculty demonstrate longevity and dedication to the university. I'm also trying to create a life in which my child can survive. I do all that I've described here as a solo mother, meaning no other parent or no other parent's salary, to a 3-year-old. My salary alone supports both of us. The work that I do at Pitt merits, and my family deserves, a salary that compensates adequately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instructors like me are crucial to support Pitt's outstanding students. As we are here to help our students thrive, we should also be encouraged to thrive in our own right, professionally and personally, as well as for the benefit of our students and Pitt as an institution. Fair compensation for the work that we do is necessary to accomplish this.
Great. That's more than $60,000 worth of work.
Thank you very much for coming and certainly giving the message. I will certainly carry it back to the team that as we discuss this in the next steps on the negotiation. But, I'll certainly relay it, and I appreciate you guys coming dropping it.
Can I add another thing?
And Mr. Sastri, if the bargaining team presents you with a proposal that would establish a $60,000 floor for all Pitt faculty, would you approve that proposal?
I mean, I'm not the person who approves the proposal. I mean, it's a team that that negotiates it. So.
But would you put your recommendation on it?
I will certainly carry this back to them. Absolutely.
Can I add
That's not what
something? I don't know how much you make, like 200, 300, 400,000.
Right.
But you probably don't understand like 40,000 a year or $35,000 a year. Like it looks like, going buying stuff, like your paycheck is like $2,000. This is the minimum that we want 60,000. We want way more stuff. Just be ready. We're gonna come to your office many times. Just be ready and tell your colleagues, your team, whatever, who they're making hundreds, and we're gonna come back.
So I very much hope that you consider everything that you've heard here whenever you're thinking about the compensation proposals that are presented to us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yep. Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, everyone, let's finish off. Solidarity forever. Wow.
You can join us. We have lyrics.
The workers' blood shall run. There can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving, it's the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain or muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their body power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.